Hey guys, what up? NejiYG over here. Hey, I think we've cracked the code for Odion, and yeah, you're gonna be excited about this Millennium Odion. This deck is crazy. A lot of theory behind this deck. A lot of neat little text that you can kind of throw in. This deck seems like so much fun. I can't wait to order the cards online and try it out. I think it's like $100 to order like the minimum rarity for the Millennium stuff right now. So really solid. I will be throwing this in person. I'll do it in person deck profile soon. Maybe even take this thing to locals because honestly, guys, this looks like so much fun. And before we get into it, like, comment, subscribe for more all this fun stuff. Become a member in my membership program tab. You can check that out because you will get one-on-one advice from me for deck lists, going to events, all that fun stuff. So if you want more, join the membership program. Anyways, let's get into it. So as you can see, this is kind of just a test hand I did, right? Where you got Millennium Ankh, set rotation, Heart of the Blue Eyes, Verdict, and Apophis. Like this hand obviously is kind of a god hand, right? So I'll do more just to kind of show maybe some worse hands. But so first of all, you're in draw phase, so obviously you're going to start out here by using set rotation. And set rotation is absolutely cracked, guys, in this deck because you can give them your Wedge U Temple and then just connect your Odion by setting this, right? Um, so pretty insane, right? So you can keep your treasures. They can't imperm you. You know, their imperm is shut off now. So now what you're going to do here is like, if you want to play into Droll, I would activate treasures first here to like set, and then you can search, obviously. And you can still use Ankh after that if you really want to. This is going to play a little bit into Droll because you're just using this to search the Millennium Ankh, right? So you don't want to really use this because you have Millennium Ankh first. So you're going to activate this, set from deck, right? In your main phase, obviously. You're going to set your Apophis to Swamp Deed because you already have your Serpent. And then you can go ahead and set your Verdict, your Apophis. And then you can go ahead and use this effect to search. Now, they could ash it, sure, fine, whatever. Like, it's kind of just what you want to lose to here. You just have to pick one, really. Like, if you want to lose to ash, I'd go here. But even then, you don't really lose to it because you're already trading off with a really good setup here. So, like, going first, you're going to go ahead and use Heart of the Blue Eyes. If you aren't afraid of Droll. If you are afraid of Droll, you want to use this first. And obviously search out your Doohickey. Where did he go? Man, you could search your Anubis here again, but he doesn't have the same effect if you just search man right away. So you go and search man, res, anything. If they don't have it, you're going off. So you're gonna have a normal summon man effect search. You already have pretty much everything you need. So you're gonna search out your Temple to Kings. You're gonna activate your Temple to Kings. And for your second summon, you're gonna go to Puff the Serpent. Move this sucker up here. Again, they can't imperm this, so they don't. Imperm is not live for Man with the Mark. The only thing you're worried about is Droll or Ash. And then that's going to let you set your Apophis to Swamp Deity from deck. It can be activated this turn, so you're going to go ahead and move it. You're going to contact fuse both of these guys off for Divine Serpent Apophis, and then you're going to reset them. Right? So you're going to have access to all these. So you're going to be able to reset this. Again, like, you're not really worried about filling up the back row just because these are all negates at this point. And even you might be able to. I would move this actually in extra monster zone because you want room. Also, maybe not the best idea to set this. Like, you only need the other one, so maybe don't set both because you do still need room to activate Ankh. So you're going to go ahead and activate Ankh. You're going to reveal your 5 Exodia cards in your deck. And then that's going to let you special summon out the big guy, right? And this goes back into the deck. So kind of crazy, right? The big guy lets you set during the turn. This is kind of an Omni plus board wipe. So like, I think this is better than the trap at this point. So really your end board here is looking like giving them a body that they can't like evenly, or, start off with something that they need no cards to control. You have one pop, you have like battle and destruction and protection. You have a big ass dude. who honestly you could probably, if you're not planning on using the trap, you could probably just save Millennium Monk for next turn, to be honest. So like you don't even need to use that, but like um it's just whenever it battles, right? He's just a big guy. Plus he's a spell trap negate, so like even if they do try to Harpies or Lightning Storm, you can just spell trap negate with there. So we have a spell trap board wipe here as well. You've got essentially 3. Unfortunate that you don't have enough space here. You know, I guess 2, depending on what you wanted to do, you can just manage it well. But yeah, space wise, you're probably gonna fire one of these off first, and you've got 3, 2 to 3 more just face up card negates. So really insane board going first, in my opinion. That's what Millennium brings. So, yeah, let's check it out. Let's see what else we got for a test hand. So in our test hand here, we unfortunately we drew one of the bricks, right? That's why we're at 50. That's part of the logic. We're at 50. We had Anubis, we got access to 1 engine, Wedge, access to the other. So really, again, insane, right? We do, I think, want to prioritize adding the Exodia because the Exodia has a little bit better of an end board, just through like Droll. So you can place it in your spell and trap zone and then pay 2k to add Millennium Ankh. So we're probably gonna end up doing that. But first we'll activate Wedge Temple. And then Wedge Temple, we're gonna try to use the effect to place from our hand and then place the Millennium from my deck in the spell and trap zone. So we get double placements, right? So that resolves because Ogre's really the only interaction point there. We're gonna go ahead and place this. Just like I don't know what they would be able to negate the activation with, but just in case. Right? Like we can go ahead and declare and special, right, in defense position. And then declare special search. So we have 2 big bodies in defense. So search for Ankh. If they ash that, we're golden. Because if they ash that stays here, and then we can just search with that. And then we know they probably don't have Droll, because it's kind of a Droll check. Now, even if they Droll here, at this point, it's fine. We just go effect, reveal this and the other 5, top deck it, and then we throw big guy out here in attack position, not defense. So essentially, you can set your imperm here, right? And you can go link these 2 guys off because they're both effect monsters. And you're at 3-4 summons right now, so you're not going to be playing in Nib regardless. You can go Silhouette Rabbit effect, Silhouette Rabbit. You're going to set your, where'd you go? Your Apophis the Serpent. So Silhouette Rabbit just gets a face-up card negate at this point, right? So you have this. You have 2 kind of bodies in hand that aren't doing much. I mean, you could use a normal summon if you really wanted to, but the key here is that during the end phase, you're going to be able to set your Exod trap card, which is insane. Did I put it? No, I didn't forget to put it in a sec. Okay. All right. So like Exod, right? It's your one-sided Raigeki. Even better, right? All cards your opponent controls. Spell trap negate. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 5. So before with Odion, you're probably pivoting the Fiendsmith, and you're ending on maybe, if you don't get interrupted again, like a couple draws. And if they don't have Fua, if they do have Fua, you're giving them a couple draws in with like 2 to 3 interruptions. But now with this, you're adding on a spell trap negate, a board wipe, plus like 2 free bodies that you're getting more interaction for. So just insane, right? So this is just another example. Let's do an example going second. Let's just say Malice, for the sake of argument, they've ended on their full combo, and you draw for turn. So obviously, I think if they have their Omni negate, you want to bait that out first with 8k life points, and you're gonna want to, if they have Droll, they have Droll. It's like whatever, right? You don't really care. But I think you want to go probably normal summon man here, and if they choose to Omni negate that, awesome. You don't really care. If they don't, I think you just search. Where is he? You search your Temple of the Kings. Oh, I already have Temple of Kings. You already have Temple of Kings in the hand. So I guess if you have Temple of Kings in the hand, probably just honestly, like it's what? It's you search or one spell trap that mentions it, right? I would just search another field spell, to be honest, for like more follow-up. So like if you don't have Temple Kings, but it's like whatever in this case, normally you'd search that. I would go at this point, this if you don't have treasures with this hand. So activation, the set, if they want to interact with that, they can. Like it's not a huge deal. Here's probably where they're interacting at this point. If I set this, so they're probably going like non-targeting banish, right? So they're gonna banish this. They're gonna remove this. Maybe they like bounce this with the what's his face, firewall, right? Maybe they bounce it. So we've used our normal summon. We've used this effect to set. No big deal. No big deal. We are going to set Temple of the Kings. Now we could set Millenium Odion here, depending on how much removal they really want to push out. But I don't want to mess with that, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just activate Millenium Odion. Reveal all the monsters, since if they use their Omni, they don't really, like if they saved Impulse would be the only thing that stops this, right? So they don't stop the Impulse, then this thing is going top deck, and I am bringing out my big guy. Right, with 8K. Now he does battle piercing too, right? So the funny thing about this is what helps us going second is you're baiting out all these interruptions, and if you have Millennium Monk, he actually just solos because Malice already is taking a lot of damage if they do full combo, and even if they gain light points, I think they're still at like 70 something. So if you go battle phase and this thing like can negate the banishing trap, and they don't really have another interruption through that, he just goes attack. Like you just go battle phase and you go battle piercing for freaking game, right? Let me double check that he does piercing. He may not do piercing actually. Negation, spell trap. Oh, I lied. When a spell trap card in effect, yeah, I gotta read my own cards, guys. Let's return to the phase. Yeah, so he doesn't do battle piercing, but that's the obliterate spell I'm thinking of that lets him do battle piercing. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so the obliterate spell lets him do battle piercing, but like still, even if like 8K over a 2K body is still about 6K, and if they've done full combo, they're close to 6K. So it could be close. I don't know. It just depends on how much life points the mouse player wants to mess around with, but at least the very least it gives you a shot going second. Especially if you want to like mess around and just set other cards, and just use treasures to search for things, right? Yeah, just really good. So that's kind of some example hands. So I want to show you my deck list here. So the deck list is 50. It's really good. I think having 2 Anubis, 2 Merciless Scorpion is solid because you want to have that extender ability going second, especially with the ability to get Treasures of Kings with set rotation. I think having 2 is solid. You're going to have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 access to Temple of the King's names. So he's going to be alive most of the time when you have that 2. 3-man, still use your normal summon because you don't use it with the other engine. Tactics was insane. 2, 3, we play the full package because you have to, I think, to have more interruption. 3 imperm because it's a trap. You want to make that more alive. English pattern, obviously insane. Embodiment and Pophis because it's a free search off the send. You don't really need it most of the time, but Verdict of Anubis, Millennium Odion. Again, I didn't show it, but like you'd add this when this is sent, right? So in theory, you get another body. And then when you get Verdict, Insane, Millennium Odion, obviously at 3, you have your Exodia package. I think you want to see Wedju as much as possible. So like having this to search this, and then this being able to put, I think this doesn't get to, I don't think this is just like another interruption, right? But this being able to put Wedju there, and then Wedju being able to put Sengenjin in the spell and trap, and then that searches your Ankh, and then like this bridging is just too good, I think. And you could get away with maybe playing like 2 Wedju, but I think Wedju is just too good not to play into this to get to Ankh. And 50 honestly is just a really solid number in my opinion because 50 lets you not see the right arms as much, like the Exodia pieces in hand, because you don't want to, like, you want to see your one of as least amount as possible. So, and you're not siding too much because your deck is already just generically, the engine is just going first and second at the same time, right? So just really solid, I think, this list. that I've come up with. And you know, for extra deck, you could bump these numbers up. I would play 2 Silhouette, 2 Link, probably SP is good. Typhon's fine. Gallant Granite's fine. Divine Serpent. Granite, you don't really need to throw in there. It's more for nib, but like Serpent, yes, I'd play that at 3 probably. Exotic Incarnate, whatever, you can play to 3. But and then these sides are just kind of generic, right? You can do whatever you want. You can go like Lancia plus like all 9 drawing spells if you want. The Mischief to cover like going first maybe a little bit, and like maybe Thrust. But yeah, that's the idea, guys. Really exciting deck. Probably gonna order this today here, and yeah, test this fun deck out at locals. It's gonna be a hell of a time. I can't wait to see what kind of shenanigans you guys can get up to with testing this deck out. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Please drop your thoughts and comments below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Probably going to be a meta review. So yeah, catch you guys later. Shinobi out.